Hello children, a very pleasant good morning to you all. So we are going to continue the chapter metals and non-metals. In the previous class we have learned what is a reactivity series and also we learned how does a metal react with oxygen, right? So let me summarize what we have learned in the previous class, okay? So what was the easy way to remember the reactivity series? Yes, I have written on the board. Please send camels, monkeys and carbonated zebras in large hydrogen containers. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, carbon, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum. Hope all of you have learned this reactivity series very easily with the help of this sentence, right? Okay, now we discuss the reaction of metals with oxygen. So generally when a metal reacts with oxygen, we know that metal oxides are formed. So potassium and sodium reacts violently to produce their oxide. Okay, calcium reacts very quickly but not violent reaction, isn't it? Then what about magnesium, aluminum, zinc and lead? They react with oxygen very slowly to produce a oxide layer over the metal, okay, which acts as a preventive layer. So that metallic oxide is actually a benefit for these metals, right? Okay, now just I want to tell you in the case of aluminum, we know that aluminum also when kept opened in air slowly reacts with oxygen to form an oxide layer, isn't it? We know that aluminum is a widely used metal, okay? So if we make the oxide layer more thicker, what will happen? No corrosion will happen to aluminum. We have a lot of aluminum vessels at our home, right? So on that vessels or on the advertising pages of aluminum articles, you can see this is anodized aluminum, right? Now, anodizing is a process used to make the oxide layer of aluminum more thicker. So what will happen if we get a more thicker oxide layer of aluminum? We know that it will protect the metal from corrosion, right? The process of making aluminum oxide layer more thicker on aluminum by the process electrolysis is called anodizing, okay? So don't forget anodizing. What is anodizing? Anodizing is a process which is used to thicker the oxide layer on aluminum metal. Okay. So here in anodizing by electrolysis. What is the process used here? Electrolysis. Right? Okay. So here during anodizing the aluminum metal, okay, is used as an anode. Okay. And the electrolyte used is dilute sulfuric acid. Which is the electrolyte? Electrolyte is dilute H2SO4. So what will happen? During anodizing, at anode oxygen gas will be formed by electrolysis. Okay. So during the electrolysis, which gas is formed? Oxygen. Oxygen will move towards the anode. Which is the anode? Anode is aluminum article, isn't it? So what will happen? Here aluminum, oxygen will reach at aluminum article. So they will react each other. So we are actually making the reaction artificially. Are you getting? So what will happen? Aluminum will react with oxygen to form a very thick coat of aluminum oxide. So that is called anodized aluminum. Hope you understood very clearly. Okay. The next chemical reaction is reaction of metals with water. Okay, so we are going to discuss reaction of metals with water. Okay children, now we are going to check how does a metal reacts with water. Okay, so we'll write metal plus water. Okay, as we did in the case of oxygen, we will compare the reactivity. We'll discuss one by one. Okay, now here potassium and sodium reacts very violently with water. Okay, even with cold water they react violently and produces their hydroxides. Okay, so I'll write the chemical equation on the board. Potassium plus water will produce potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Along with these two products, a lot of heat is also evolved. Therefore, this is an example for an exothermic reaction. This is an exothermic reaction. Okay. Now, in this case, I told you a lot of heat energy is evolved. So, this heat energy is enough for the hydrogen to catch fire immediately. So, what will happen? It's a violent reaction in which the produced hydrogen gas will catch fire immediately. Okay. Metal, sodium also behaves in the same way. Okay. Let's see, when sodium is placed in water, what will happen? Sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas are produced along with a lot of heat energy. Okay. So, another exothermic reaction. In this reaction also, what will happen? The heat energy produced will make the hydrogen gas to catch fire immediately. Okay. Now, calcium. About calcium, I told you, just like in the case of oxygen, it is not violent reaction, but still it is a fast reaction. Okay. So, calcium reacts with water. Okay. So, calcium reacts with normal water or cold water to produce calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas, and also heat energy will be evolved, but this heat energy is not sufficient for hydrogen to catch fire. Okay, so here a small amount of heat energy is produced, but that heat energy is not sufficient for the hydrogen to catch fire. So what will happen? No fire will happen during this reaction, but the hydrogen gas will stick on calcium metal, the remaining calcium metal, and makes calcium metal float on water. Did you understand? In one board exam, the same question has asked, why did calcium float on water when it reacts with water? This is the reason. What is the reason? When calcium reacts with water, calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas are produced, okay, and the hydrogen gas will stick on calcium metal and makes calcium metal float on water. Hope that is very clear to you. Okay. In the case of magnesium, next one is magnesium. Magnesium does not react with cold water, but it reacts with hot water. Okay. So, what happens? Reactivity is decreasing, right? So, here it will react with hot water only to produce magnesium hydroxide and also hydrogen gas. The same thing will happen for magnesium also. What will happen? The hydrogen gas will stick on magnesium metal and makes magnesium metal float on water. Is that clear to you? Okay. Now we will move to the next one, aluminium. How does aluminium react with water? Okay. Now here metals like, we are not going to discuss not only aluminium, aluminium, zinc and iron, okay, they do not react even with very hot water, but they react with steam. Remember, steam, okay. So, aluminium will react with steam, okay. So, to represent steam, we will write it is gaseous state, G in bracket. Okay, what will happen? Remember, in the case of aluminum, zinc and iron, not metal hydroxides are produced. Metal oxides are produced. Therefore, we cannot write a general formula for the reaction of metals with water. Are you getting? So, in the previous cases, till magnesium, we were getting hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, right? But in this case, metal oxides are produced along with hydrogen gas. So, here aluminum oxide along with hydrogen gas are produced. Clear? Okay. Now, these equations, the previous equations are also not balanced. Don't forget that. Similarly, zinc also react with steam, okay, to produce zinc oxide and hydrogen gas, okay. And iron also reacts with steam to produce ferric oxide, Fe3O4 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, now in your textbook, this experiment, which experiment? Reaction of iron with steam is given as a diagram. So, I am going to show you the diagram and I will explain it to you, right? So, let us see the diagram. Alright children, this is the diagram of the reaction of metal with steam. Here in this diagram, you can see a test tube is kept in sideways direction, right? And a glass bowl is which is soaked in water is kept here. And when it is heated, it will start to produce water vapors. So when the water vapors reach here, a metal sample is kept at the middle of the test tube so that the water vapor and metal sample will start to react each other. And as a result, metal oxides and hydrogen gas will be start to evolve. Okay, so here through this delivery tube, the hydrogen gas will reach in the water here. So here you can see hydrogen gas is collected. So this diagram is to be remembered. You have to draw and practice. Alright, hope you understood. Okay children, hope you understood the reaction of metals with water. I am not taking much today. We will continue the chemical reactions of metals in the next class.